Hello, this is Aisha Price with How to Start a Small Business. And today we're going to talk about SWOT analysis. We're going to watch a short video about SWOT analysis, and then I'm also going to have you create your own SWOT analysis for your business. So I'm just going to go over these concepts with you. A SWOT analysis really is a great tool that we utilize to look at our business and how our business is positioned in the market, or how our business would be positioned in the market, based upon the product or service that we are providing to the consumers. And when you think about that, when we're looking at developing our business, we always want to look at what we have, what resources we have, what knowledge we have, and what we don't have, and that we would need to draw from, or other individuals that we would need to align ourselves with, or have join our organization based upon their skills, because we may not have strengths in all those areas. We may be weak in certain areas of the industry that we're going into, which is fine, but there are other individuals who may have that knowledge, and so they can provide that knowledge to us. And so a strength would be what our business does well, a benefit that our business provides to the consumers and to the world. And if we're a commodity, if we're easy to locate, all of those type of things would be a strength. A weakness would be maybe we don't have the professional experience in the business, but we may be able to draw that experience from someone else. A weakness may be our pricing could be high. A weakness may be that we're in a market that we probably shouldn't be in, and we may have to differentiate our product services to something a little bit different that would accommodate a different market, a different target market. Opportunities are things that happen, that aren't really within our control. Opportunities would be things like a new opportunity that arises within an organization. So right now we see a lot of data centers coming along. We see places like Amazon are growing. And so they create opportunities for growth. They create opportunities in the economy, for product development. They create opportunities for jobs. So we want to look at what opportunities our business is creating within the world, within our local communities as well. And then we want to look at what threats can occur. A threat could be the financial market. A threat could be COVID, depending upon our business, especially because a lot of businesses, had brick and mortars. And when COVID came, we had a maximum of amount of people that can be in occupancy. So that was challenging to a lot of business owners, which is why we saw companies saying, okay, we're closing off these seats. Please don't sit at this area, right? We know that social distance was a threat. So COVID was definitely a threat. And we had to find ways to get around that, find ways to be productive, although that threat is happening. There's nothing we could do in our own right for us to change anything or make anything different with that threat, right? So what is it that we can do? And we think about what is it that we can do. But threats also are things like the economy, things like war. We know the markets isn't well right now. So that is a threat. That's something out of our control. So we have to think about, as business owners, what is it that we can do to overcome or to compensate from some of those threats. And some of those threats are just evident and they're real. I want to go to Schoolology because I want us to do our own SWOT analysis. And so if you have Schoolology, what you could literally do is click on the document SWOT analysis, and then there's going to be a sample SWOT analysis that pops up. And I have one outlined already for myself here. But I have a sample SWOT analysis, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. Just don't click on it. Open it. All right. So here is a SWOT analysis. Okay. A SWOT analysis really is utilized for us to be able to understand any strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, or threats in the market. Can everyone see that?
No, I think you need to switch tabs.
I think it's just not showing because I downloaded it for you guys but I can go and show a different tab. Thank you. Let me see if it will show me down here. No. So I will go and show you in a different format. So let me show you. And really what it is a document. It's going to be, you could do it in Word. And the document is basically a chart. SWOT analysis. Let me see where it is. Let me see if it will share this one. I have you share this. I can show you because it's not acting funny. All right. So here is, can you all see this? Perfect. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So here is a sample SWOT analysis that I had to do for a company that was going into the smart water venture. And a SWOT analysis, we talk about the strengths. So this client, they were dipping into the smart water market, and that is a niche market. So one strength would be their niche, because the market was really successful at promoting healthy environments or healthy opportunities and alternatives for smart water. And the market was not saturated at this time with smart water. We know now there's so many different brands, but this was one of the original brands of smart water that I worked with. And they end up having competitors, but the competitors had a lot of different flavors. So of course they had to differentiate their business a little bit to accommodate the market. So here's some of their strengths. They were unique. They had patent bottle design, which is great. They were eco-friendly, which is a big important issue now with all the different social groups. And health-wise, we want to make sure we're making sure that things are recyclable. Meat supplement, so it provided a lot of nutrients and balance. A strong brand positioning in the market, like I mentioned before. It contains natural vitamins and minerals with tasty flavors and non-chalky formula. Some of the weaknesses were they had a lack of management experience, which happens. The startup costs were really high, especially because they had to do a lot of research and development in making the formulas, and that is pricey and timely as well. And manufacturing costs can just go through the roof. Public perception of wellness water. So the perception of wellness water at this time wasn't really good because people were making water and they were saying it was from a well or was wellness water, but it really wasn't water that was purified. And then people were saying that they didn't add sugar to their water or their juices, but a lot of times you do have to add some type of sugar, some type of natural sugar, as well as a substitute sugar for preservatives purposes, for shelf life. So there are things that you just can't control, but that was one of the weaknesses in the market and in their industry. So we identified that. And then there was a lot of trendy markets that did not have a long-term demand curve. And when we say demand, meaning a lot of people didn't really want or need the product. So in order to stimulate the market, you want a product that has a huge demand for it. And right now, during that, excuse me, not right now, but during that time, the market was saturated with people making false accusations about their water. So it is a weakness if you're coming out saying all my products are all natural, and then you have a lot of competitors that are adding, additives and things to their products. Opportunities, current market. they were marketing to athletes and to vegans and organic eaters, which was a huge market, which we know that market is increasing. They had a lot of sports teams and leagues that they promoted to, so that was a good thing. There was a growing market demand for healthier options. Their items were already environmentally safe, which is huge now. And then more consumers, like I mentioned, are seeking healthier alternatives. One of the threats to their market is there were barriers to entry, and barriers to entry could also mean that some of the challenges you have to go through in order to be in that market, such as different regulations, licensing, codes, the federal government regulations, of course, we know, tariffing, taxes. There's so many different things that go in line with that. So you want to identify what those are. And then they had brand competitors like Karma Water and people like that, and, Polar Bear Water. So there was Polar Spring. So there was a lot of different ones, Gatorade, vitamin water. But then when we went and did SWOT analysis for these different brands, like we did a SWOT analysis for our competitor, and one of the competitors was Gatorade, and then one was vitamin water. When we started doing our analysis, we started to see that they had a lot of sugars and dyes, and we could use that as a marketing tool for us when we said contains natural vitamins and minerals with THC flavors and non-chalky formula. And you could say no dyes and no additives in there as well. And those are marketing tools for you. So looking at what the competitor is doing wrong, you want to differentiate yourself and be a niche. And how you be a niche is setting yourself out from your competitors. And then we talked about a threat was the perception of wellness water. People were really tired of wellness water. And so they just said, I really don't want to drink it. I'm not going to buy it. So what are the alternatives? And that's kind of what we look at when we think about that. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about that? Okay. So if you don't have any questions, I would like you to take some time and create, like I mentioned before, we're going to do a SWOT analysis. But while you do that, I'm going to have you watch this video so that it can explain a little bit more clear to you about SWOT analysis. I'm going to stop the recording now.